Mark Wigan, host on the show Holy Road. Listen, people need to know what's happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM, see it happen.
It's Wednesday, August 21, 2024. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Ramon Gordon. 8 people were shot, 1 fatally, at a wake for reggae artist Christopher Martin's grandmother in St. Catherine early Wednesday. Gunmen reportedly invaded the event at 2 a.m., opening fire and then escaping on foot. The deceased have not yet been identified. Meanwhile, the former dancehall Rising Star winner condemned the violence in an Instagram post early Monday, calling for peace and urging the community to support the authorities in bringing the perpetrators to justice. This incident comes almost 2 weeks after a similar attack in Clarendon, where 17 people were shot and 8 died. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has since urged the security forces to launch an all-out assault on criminality locally. Moving on now, the Clarendon Police, led by Deputy Superintendent Owen Brown, on Monday visited the grief-stricken community of Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon to show support for families and friends of those killed earlier this month. The senior officer expressed confidence in the ongoing efforts, which include support from the church community and the local Magistrates Association.
As we have heard from the relatives, they are really appreciative of the kind of support that they are getting, both from here within Clarendon and outside of Clarendon. Sunday, another set of church persons were in this space offering care packages, other kind of needs to the residents, and they are certainly appreciating it. From the police perspective, we do welcome this kind of support. As we said, that it's a horrible act that took place, and so any form of support to give some encouragement and some strength to the residents is quite welcome.
And the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, is in the spotlight again after sending a letter detailing its facilities operations to the Finance Ministry. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz expressed displeasure that JPS's Chief Financial Officer, Vernon Douglas, sent the letter without copying any authoritative representatives. At a media briefing this morning, Minister Vaz shared his disappointment with the agency's conduct.
A letter was sent to JPS, from JPS to the Ministry of Finance dated July 1st, 2024, regarding 3 facilities: the South Jamaica Power Company, the JPS Bourg 114 megawatt combined cycle power plant in Montego Bay, and the New Fortress Energy Jamalco Power Plant. Please note that this letter was not sent to the OUR, neither was it sent to the Permanent Secretary of the Energy Ministry, nor to me as Minister with responsibility for energy. So I'd like to make that categorically clear, to clear the air and the confusion that the Ministry, the OUR, the Permanent Secretary and the Minister was not aware of the letter that was sent. It was neither copied to us, it was a straight letter to the Ministry of Finance, which I do find in itself odd.
Minister Vaz says this latest development is unacceptable.
I find it very curious that the letter was written on July 1st, addressed to the Honorable Nigel Clark, and it was under the signature of a Mr. Vernon Douglas, the Chief Financial Officer, and it is neither copied to his president, it is neither copied to his board, it is neither copied to the OUR, it is neither copied to the Permanent Secretary, or it is neither copied to the Minister with responsibility for all. So the only thing that I can think is that Mr. Douglas is in charge of all of us. That's the only conclusion. For him to be able to write a letter like this as a CFO to the Minister of Finance without any copies to the relevant stakeholders, which includes a minister, includes his president, includes his board, who I can categorically state did not, my 3 members, attended no board meeting and were not contacted. And they were not contacted on the estimated bills either. So JPS will have to deal with this.
And President of the Micro, Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Alliance, Donovan Wignall, says that small business owners are feeling the impacts of the increased electricity bills post-Beryl.
They have been screaming bloody murder, George. They are saying that it's unfair, it's unjust, and based on the facility that JPS got with the reduction in the SCT on the fuel that they use for 5 days, they actually should have seen a reduction in the bills for that period. We are going through hardships already with various other things. Light bills in general was high before. To have businesses suffer the way they did with Beryl, and to see on the backs of that, there is an increase in the light bill for even people who did not have power. It is unjust, it's unconscionable. And I think I share the sentiments of the president of the SBAJ, Garnett, that the increases should be rolled back. And I think the business people and the population of Jamaica should get a break during this period of difficulty.
And President of the National Consumer League, Trevor Samuels, is raising concerns about the lack of transparency and communication to customers about the calculation of estimated bills for JPS customers.
I myself did not understand it like that at all. And it came as a shock to me that, because my little maths, when I said I do averages, I take these 3 different figures and average it up. I didn't know that this factor would have come. I don't know whose type of mathematics this is, but it seems very, very strange. And they should have explained to us exactly what they meant by average. I don't think most consumers actually knew that was going to happen. Because if I have 3 bills, I would have added 3 amount divided by 3.
Absolutely.
I know that factor would have come into play as well.
And the People's National Party's Julian Robinson anticipates the GOJ will call a general election this year ahead of the Jamaica Labour Party's 5th term in government. He says the PNP win this time around will ensure integrity, making reference to the long controversial illicit aid.
We have never in the history of this country or in any democracy anywhere in the world you could have a prime minister going 3 years and an integrity report can't clear. Never. In not just Jamaica, no democracy that could have. Parliament upon a break now. We'll go back in September. We expect 1 or 2 of them report them to come. And when them come, Bangaranga will come too. So we need to be ready.
Stay with us. More to come in CVM News at noon.
Welcome to Candy Craze, your one-stop shop for everything sweet. Got a craving? Planning a party? We've got you covered. With over 200 different types of candies and chocolates, you're sure to find your favorite here. Create your own ice cream flavor by mixing in your favorite toppings or enjoy our delicious milkshakes, blizzards, dip cones, and Belgian waffle ice cream sandwich sundaes. Visit Candy Craze at Progressive Plaza Barbican and upstairs Fontana Waterloo. Candy Craze, making every moment sweeter.
You know what's sweet? The new pack Sweet Living promotion. Win great prizes.
Bedroom set, living room set, or kitchen appliance set plus TVs and monthly cash prizes.
send in 5 new pack labels or a receipt. Labels must belong to at least the new pack canned beans, coconut milk powder, and new pack oil categories. Fill out the tagline, new pack, more than just value. Place your entry in one of the drop boxes at participating outlets. Enter by mail or online at newpackjamaica.com. Time for Live Sweet! Enter the New Pack Sweet Living promotion, June 16 to August 31. See the press for more details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Wagwan.
Concharo Coco.
It's the girl Naya Nayela. I'm representing from Concharo Coco Beauty and Aesthetics. You're watching Cooking with Love. Yeah.
What them know about that?
Keep it locked to CVM TV.
No more fear of missing out. CVM TV News is on YouTube. Get up-to-date news, sports, and business content at CVM TV News anytime, anywhere. Subscribe now to CVM TV News to see it happen.
Welcome back. The director of the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, Dr. Nicole Manning, announced on Tuesday that fewer students received passing grades in this year's CSEC mathematics and English examinations when compared to last year. Only 36% of students passed math regionally, marking a 7% decrease compared to the same period last year. Now, joining us to discuss these developments are educators Kevon Grant and Esther Tyson. Hello to you both.
Hello, good to be here with you.
Fantastic.
Greetings.
Starting first with you, Ms. Grant. What's your initial reaction to this decline in performance, specifically with math? Let's start there.
Right, I think you mean Mr. Grant.
Mr. Grant, forgive me.
So to be honest, I think the only thing that would probably shock me is how big the decline would be. I get a sense nationally and internationally with the number of persons who are interested in tutoring, specifically in math, that there would be some form of decline or underperformance generally. So the real question is, how did we go from improving last year? I believe last year was the highest pass rate we've received regionally in math, to a 7% points decline.
Anecdotally, as a teacher, Mr. Grant, what do you think caused it?
So there could be a number of things. One of them, in my opinion, generally has to do with the attitude of students overall. I think everyone can attest to the fact that there seems to be some difference between the attitudes of our young people today compared to former years. Aside from that, we had a formal conversation at our school in our department on the day of the paper 2 exam. And there were some concerns expressed by some of the teachers. Some felt that there were more 1-mark questions compared to previous years, which sort of limits a student's ability to get more points and increase their pass. Aside from that, also CSEC, if you compare CSEC passes with the CAPE passes, pure math passes, you realize that the pure math passes remain high. There is a decline, but it still remains extremely high, whereas the CSEC is declining. I think one factor that could contribute to these kinds of trends is the fact that the CSEC math cohort is much bigger than the CAPE cohort. So stuff like those amongst others.
Mrs. Tyson, I want to stay on student attitudes. What have your observations been with regard to student attitude towards math and English? What have the interactions in the classroom been? What are some deficiencies even that you've observed?
Well, I would think I'm not actually in the classroom right now, but in terms of I'm still engaged with education. But if you will notice that generally across the society, there has been a decline in terms of moral behavior, I would say, in terms of being concerned about the things that should be significant to our students. So there is an engagement with social media, and a lot of time has been given to social media. You hear of students